Hey there, this is Natalie. Natalie, and I am happy to be here with the A Higher Note community. I think I'm streaming live on the A Higher Note page. Hopefully, I am. And I'm really new at the whole streaming live from Zoom thing. So here we go. Today, I'm going to welcome you into my I'm going to prepare to sing, and I'm going to warm up my body in order to do that. So I'm going to use a little bit of light cardio and some yoga to do that. So I'm just first going to check to see if this is streaming. I hope it is, because oh, okay, yeah, it is. All right, great. So what I'm going to do is set myself up over here. I wanted to show you my yoga mat so you can see what to do. What it looks like. There it is. This is not really a product placement, but I wanted to show you it because I've been doing yoga for quite a long time. I guess, I mean, relative to other things, I suppose, but I have been doing yoga for about 15 years or so, 15 or 16 years. And I'm not a certified instructor, but I am a professional singer. and I use yoga quite frequently and like cardio to help me get my whole body prepared. I wrote a little bit about it in a little side note here. Hopefully this will just give you an idea of what I do and give you some ideas of things that you can use to incorporate into your own vocal practice, getting yourself ready to sing, and just getting your whole body. My goal is for my whole body to be relaxed, for my rib cage to be as freed as possible, for my hips to be relaxed and not tight, and for my pelvic floor also to be relaxed but ready to go for good support. And I also want to have my mind calmed and centered, and I want to have my breathing more or less regulated and relaxed. So those are my goals. Kind of a long list of goals, I guess, but those are the things that are going to most help my daily vocal practice. So these are my new glasses, by the way. It's so nice to be able to see. Wow. Okay, so let me get this kind of set up so that I can start out. Make sure you can see my whole body. I'll start out with some basic stuff with the cardio. And I'm on my mat, but you don't really have to be for the cardio portion. Let me just tilt this up a little bit. Not that there's a lot to see up there, but that might help. So I'm going to start with good mornings. Go. Touching the floor and reaching back. Make sure you squeeze your derriere. That will protect your lower back. And for the moment, I'm going to keep my little jacket on. Ooh, just stretching. Releases stuff. And I'm just going to do 10 or 15 seconds of this. Not much. Squeeze your rump every time you come up and do your little mini back bend. Let me show it to you from the side so you can see it. And you don't have to do any of these, but if they're helpful, incorporate them into your own thing. So that's all I'm going to do of that. And these, excuse me, a lot of these movements I took from various programs that I've taken throughout the years, and I've kind of hodgepodge, put them together, adapted them for how I want to use them. Okay, so I'm going to go straight from the good mornings into squat reaches. And I'm reaching from one side to the other side. Push off the opposing toe from where you're reaching. So if I'm reaching left with my right arm, I'm pushing with my right foot. Oh, it just feels so good to move. I hope you're feeling good too. If you want to add just a little something, something, when you reach, look up at your elbow, kind of under your armpit. That's kind of a yoga kind of a move. When you do your squats, make sure you're sitting back. Let me show you from the side. Don't bend forward with your knees forward. Go back like you're going to sit into a chair. Okay. You notice I'm not doing anything like I'm not pushing off this toe. Not for this. Okay. I'm just standing and reaching. While I am pushing off the, trying to make a kind of a curve, I'm not pointing my toe. All right, so now I'm going to squat, twist, twist. Remember to sit back in your squat. Don't let your knees come past your toes. Oh, just enjoy it. Just enjoy the feeling of moving. When you do your twist, keep your hips facing forward as well as you can. You want the twist to come from the waist and above, not be twisting all down your legs. You don't want this. Okay, I'm not lifting up my heel. I'm not twisting my knee. I'm not doing this, okay? Keep your feet planted and twist from the waist up. You notice too that I have my palms facing upward, and you just find that that gives just a little bit more of a little edge, okay? All right, do your best with that. And really, 10 or 15 seconds does a lot for you. It's already starting to get warm, even though I have a fan going. So I'm gonna go into the second little, that's my first little warm up. Boy, when you do your squat twist, you can feel your lower rib cage really getting gently warmed and loosened. And that's gonna help with your rib cage expansion. I'm doing it right now. Okay, now the next little series that I do came from a different workout exercise program that I did for a while, long time ago. Boy, long time ago, 15 or 16 years ago, and I still remember it because I just loved it. I'm gonna push up, knee up. I'm just gonna count to I usually do sets of 8s. I don't know what I'm doing because I'm talking. We'll just say this, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now I'm going to kick out, okay? Let me show you from the side. You can see I'm not leaning back really. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. When you do that, it's like you're holding a walnut in between your scapula, okay? So I'm not just letting my arms flop around, okay? I'm trying to use every motion that I do, make it smart, make it the best. That also takes the pressure off my shoulders. If I use my back for my spinal, my spinal column, and the muscles that are on the sides of the spine, if I use those to stand up straight and engage the scapula, then I'm taking a lot of pressure off of my shoulders. When you take pressure and tension out of your shoulders, you take pressure and tension out of your neck. When you take pressure and tension out of your neck, you leave the larynx capable of doing its job. Okay, so we just did our this kicks and the little back, whatever, and this. Now I'm going to do squats with, I don't know what these things are called. I just do them. Okay, so I'm sitting back. My feet are together this time, not apart. And I'm sitting back, sitting in my little imaginary chair. My knees are not going over my toes. And again, I'm keeping a walnut in between my scapula as best I can. It's a little harder with this under motion, but then you want to kind of just make sure your arms are active, not just flopping, okay? And just do your best, all right? About 16 times. I don't know what I'm doing because I'm talking. Now, after that, I go straight into, and I'll do this all in a row for you too, when I'm done kind of talking through it. So after I do my last little squat, I'm gonna start stepping to the right and doing just arms meet in the middle. If you wanna have like 1 pound weights or 2 pound weights to knock yourself out, it's fine. I wouldn't do huge weights. The purpose of this isn't for a gigantic cardio workout or a HIIT workout or something. This is just to warm my body for singing. So I'm just doing step, touch, and my arms meet in the middle. So once you've done, I don't know, 16 or 20, just kind of whatever. It can be loosey-goosey, really it can. You're just going for warmth and you're feeling the heat. Okay, I'm going to then step and curl down. Okay, so curl my leg up, kind of try to hit my bum with my heel, and I'm keeping my shoulders in and curling down. I'm not just flopping around. This is not like scarecrow dance. This is things are tight, things are active, and things are working. All right, now once you do let me show you from the side so you can see it. I'll also show you from the back so you can see that too. Okay, you don't have to do this little dance in a circle. I'm just doing it so you can see. Okay. Come back to the front. Okay, and now I'm going to start, I'm going to do a curtsy dip and twist from the waist up over to the side. You don't have to have your hand on your hip. You just kind of bring it around. You will feel this, not in a bad way, you'll just feel it in a loosening way. Curtsy dip and twist across from the waist. You can see that I'm not flopping. I'm just being kind of really pointed with my movements, very specific. Okay, and then again, do like 16, 20, 30, whatever you want to do. Okay. Once you're kind of done with that, and I'm starting to get pretty warm now, I'm going to take this off. But if I stop in the middle, I lose my what I was doing. So let's see. I was doing this. I was doing this. I was doing this. I was doing this. Okay, now once I do the curtsy dips and the reach across, then I'm going to do a little squat and a reach. Okay, so this is where I am trying to make a straight line between my hand and my toe. I don't know how straight it's being, but I don't know how straight I'm getting it, but I'm just doing my best. I am pointing my toe fairly hard, and I'm trying to keep my body in a straight line. I'll go from the side so you can see it. Okay. I'll turn to the back so you can see it. So, yes, more or less straight. Okay. Come back to the front. I can't really do that and turn at the same time. Not that coordinated anymore. Okay. And when you do your hard toe point, also kind of squeeze your glutes a little bit. Okay, once you've done as many of those as you want to do, 16 to 20 or whatever. Then I'm going to move this way because it's good. Okay, so you kind of end up in a position like this or whatever. Okay, now I'm going to do the classic aerobic move of the side. So reach, point hard, reach, okay, and then you're curling. You're using your muscles here along the side and then stretching them. So you're getting a contraction and a stretch. I don't know, 8 to 16 on each side. I have no idea what I've done, okay? But it's some number. I'm gonna try to imitate similar number on this side. Okay, kind of get your balance. And you try to keep your body as if there's a wall in front of you and back of you, and try to keep your body straight and tall. So I might be somewhere. Normally I'd be counting, but I can't count and talk at the same time. So that's the whole circuit. Let me do the whole thing for you in counts of 8. Now we already did a bunch of the sequence of 3, the good mornings, the squat reach, and the squat twists. So I'm just gonna go through this little cardio, the second little cardio sequence for you so you can see it all in a row. Okay, so I start with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get ready for kicks. 1, 2. Keep that walnut between your scapula. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squats. 1, 2, 3. Remember to sit back. 4, 5, 6. Don't let your stomach flop. 7, 8. And we're going to do our step touches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get ready for curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Curtsies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feel it here. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Oh wait, I forgot this. I forgot. I think I did it. It was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, don't forget your glutes. Keep your core tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, 1, 2, 3. Try to stay in your body in a straight line. 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Normally I'm not huffing and puffing quite this much because I haven't usually done that much and haven't been talking in the middle of it. But I am going to go into my yoga from this point. Okay. Let's try to get where you can see me pretty good. Okay. And my toes are touching, my heels are about an inch apart. And I've got to reach up, keep your glutes kind of tight, engaged. See, I'm tilting my chin up. I'm gonna do my cactus arms. Okay, don't have to do everything all at once. You can do, you know, kind of as you go along, you add to the stretching and the strengthening. I'm gonna have to kind of not talk quite as much so I can keep my breathing regulated, but you know, for your sake, I'm gonna talk more. Okay, cactus arms and then fall down, forward fold. Okay, you can hang. You can go, you can do whatever your body needs today. You can bring your heels apart. You can hang like, you know, ragdoll hang. Whatever you need to do. I'm gonna do halfway lift. My back is straight, hope you can see that. And then back down, fold. And I'm gonna go back up, reach to the sky. Make sure your glutes are engaged. My chin is up, so the front of my throat is getting a little bit of a stretch. Not all at once. Cactus arms, arms by your sides. Okay. Now I'm gonna do, kind of go into some standing poses, warrior poses, because, well, I just like them. And I like them for just really opening up the rib cage. So I'm gonna do some twists. I'm gonna call the name of the pose. I don't know that I'm gonna explain it all that well, okay? But I have done other videos that are on my YouTube channel. I think I'm youtube.com/a higher note, something like that. But you can always search for a higher note LLC channel, I think, probably. So I have done some yoga for singing there. All right, so, and I kind of go in more detail and explain in more detail. I'm gonna go up, fold, fold, half lift on my inhale, forward fold on my exhale, plant my palms. I'm gonna jump back, but you can step back. You can step back just like this, 1 foot at a time. We're gonna do Chaturanga. Right, you're gonna go forward like 2 inches. Keep your elbows in by your sides and slowly lower yourself down, all the way to your belly. Arms back by your sides. Okay, we're gonna do a little Locus Pose. Okay, squeeze your bum, protect your back, lift everything up. Keep your gaze down toward the floor. Okay, just, 3-4 seconds. Keep your bum tight. You can point your toes or circle your ankles or whatever you want to do. Bring it back down. Engage your bum again. Hands below your shoulders. And lift up. I like to engage my bum, my glutes, and lift everything up, including my hands. This is baby Cobra. We'll do just one of those. I'm gonna push up, okay, to my up dog. And in my up dog, letting the whole front of me get a big stretch. I'm even going to tilt my chin up. You do what feels good for you. Now I'm going to use my core to lift my body up to my downward dog. I'm going to flip over, roll over my toes, so to speak. I'm not real good at that, but I do it. Now, you want to spread out your fingers while you're down in your downward dog. Okay, downward dog is an upside down V. And while we're here, let's do some twisting, okay? Because this is great for your rib cage and for just freeing up the diaphragm, all the twisting, all the good things. So I'm gonna bend one knee and kind of twist it across my body. I'm gonna bend the other knee, twist it across my body the other way, and just kind of go back and forth like that. You can go with your breath.
Find a rhythm that works for you, that kind of keeps things as even as you can keep them. All right, do that as long as you want. That's a good thing, okay? I like to do a few little push-ups here for the triceps, otherwise the triceps get all, like saggy, droopy, okay? So you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, so now I'm gonna raise my right leg. At first, keep my hips square, but now I'm gonna open it up. And I'm gonna let my heel drop toward the floor. Try to keep my knee up. This is a great hip opener. Woo! You can make circles with your knee if you want, if that's available to you. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Make your circles go both way if you're doing circles. All right? Loosening up the hip. Now I'm gonna square everything off. I'm gonna bring that knee in toward my nose. We're not doing, like a giant workout here. We're just doing the things that kind of help us focus, center, and prepare the body to sing. So now I'm kind of in this runner's lunge. And, well, not kind of, I'm in the runner's lunge. Make sure your hips are squared toward the front of your mat. Okay? Use the strength in your legs, not like curling up and woo, willy-nilly. Use the strength in your legs to bring yourself up. Take your time. If you're new to yoga, these moves don't happen quickly. Let me just say that. Like all the yoga instructors, they've been doing yoga a lot, hundreds of hours. All right. So if you're floppy, be floppy. But the more you stick with it, the stronger you'll get. Okay. So I've got my arms straight up in the air, and my legs are strong. Okay. Really keeping them active. Now, let's do a little twisting. We're going to bring the left, my right knee is forward, okay, and as close to a 90-degree angle as I can get it for the moment, okay. I'm going to bring my left arm forward, my right arm back, and you feel the twist at your waist and above it. Keep your hips facing forward. We're going to do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you want, you can do this. Okay, come up, straighten your front knee, and do those twists with a little dip. That's a little more advanced. Okay, when you do your twist, your gaze tries to follow your right hand. I can't follow it all the way. I kind of go back to the back corner of my room. All right, so now I'm going to go back down to my runner's lunge. And I'm going to plant my left hand down. I'm going to raise my right hand up. I'm still keeping my hips as square to the front as I can keep them. Okay. All right. Nice little twist here. All right. Now, think what to do. All right. Straightening your front leg, which for me is my right leg. Bring your left to your back leg, which for me is my left, in about a foot or so, 6 inches to a foot, and turn it to about a 45-degree angle. Front foot is facing forward, back foot's on an angle. Keep your back straight. Don't let it curl over, not yet anyway. So you want to try to bring your chest to your quad. So then, once you go as far as your body's going to go, you can kind of hang and relax there for just a second. All right, just to keep things short and simple, we're going to go straight back. We're going to just bring up that back leg to forward fold. So you're probably going to feel a real big difference between your hip that's been working and the hip that's been working in different ways, okay? So all good. I'm going to do my half lift, back to forward fold. I'm going to stand, okay? Use your legs to stand. You root down to rise up. I hear it all the time, but I hear it all the time in the yoga classes I take, but it is so true. Root down to rise up. And that is also true with your voice. Males and females, you root down to rise up in your voice. All right, we're gonna go back down, okay? Gonna forward fold, half lift. You can step back or hop back, okay? Either way, doesn't matter. We're gonna do our little Chaturanga Float. So about an inch or two forward, keep your elbows in, go all the way down. For now, we're gonna go all the way down to the floor. We're gonna do our locust. So engage your glutes, arms back, lift everything up, keep those glutes engaged. Keep your gaze down. We're not doing a big chin lift on this, okay? Right, down, arms under shoulder, or palms under shoulders, face on the floor. Engage your glutes, baby cobra lift, everything above your chest, up off the floor. Gaze is still down, down. Now we're gonna do our up dog. My knees are off the floor, but the fronts of my feet are on the floor, okay? If you want, you can lift your chin, it's great. Keep your glutes engaged, guys, keep them engaged, okay? Use your core muscles to lift yourself up into your inverted V, downward dog. Now, we're gonna do a couple more twists, do as many as feel good for you, okay? Love it, just gonna do a few. Left leg goes up this time. Keep your hips square at first, then open up the hip. Point the left heel down toward the floor. Try to keep your left knee high. Okay, you can do little hip circles if you did them on the other side. If you didn't, don't do them. I just do like 5 or 6, and then I go back the other way. Okay. Woo, okay, that feels good. Square off. Bring your knee in toward your nose. Then step it through into your runner's lunge. Last time I spent a couple seconds in runner's lunge, so we'll spend a couple seconds. You want to try to do everything you did on one side, the same on the other side, as well as you can remember and as well as you can do. Okay, so now here I am in my runner's lunge. I'm gonna lift up. Use your leg strength to bring yourself up. Get yourself kind of situated. Arms up by your ears. You can look up if you want. That does challenge the pose for sure. Seems like a really simple move, but sometimes the devil's in the details. Okay, so now we're gonna do our little twists. Here we go, right hand's gonna go forward for me. So it's the opposite. So my left knee is forward, my right hand is gonna go forward, my left hand's gonna go back. Okay. Remember, keep the twist above the waist. Not letting our hips move, keeping all that strong and steady. I think this is 4, not sure. And 5. Now if you want, you can straighten your front leg. And if this was not in your practice last time, just hold it or do whatever you did last time on the other side. Okay, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, I'm gonna straighten that front leg, bring the back leg in, 45-degree angle with the back leg. Gonna go down. Try to bring your chest to your thigh, not your head, okay, not your forehead. All right, this is pyramid pose. All right, oh, I like this so much. I don't know if I did this in the same exact sequence, but we'll make sure we get all the parts and pieces, even if I don't do them in the same sequence. I didn't write anything down for this, I'm just doing it. Okay, let's go back to our runner's lunge because I think I forgot the easy twist, all right? So runner's lunge, plant your right palm down and bring your left arm up in the air, okay? Looking up toward the hand if that's available to you. Otherwise, just find a fixed place that's kind of on the wall or somewhere over there. Some pleasant book to look at or something. Bring your arm down. I think this is where I went into that, I don't know, but we're just gonna bring everything back up to forward fold, okay? And forward fold, half lift, forward fold, and stand. Now we're gonna do some stuff in Warrior 2. So that was Crescent Pose. That was our basic standing pose. This time we're gonna go into briefly through Warrior 1 and then into Warrior 2. And we're gonna do some side stretching and stuff. Love it. Okay, here we go. All right, we're just gonna go down to our forward fold, half lift. Okay, we're gonna go straight into, from here, we're not gonna go through, what do you call it? Downward dog. I'm just gonna go right into right foot back on a 45-degree angle. Front knee is bent. Okay, and hips are square to the front, as square as you can get them. Arms up. This is Warrior 1. And this is different from what we did before, because before our back heel was up. This is Crescent. Warrior 1, the back heel is down, and it's on that foot. It's on a 45-degree angle. Okay, and you're trying to keep the back edge of your foot down on the mat. I'm fairly successful with that, but it took me a long time. Okay, hips are square. Now we're going to go into our Warrior 2. Okay, front leg is bent, back leg kind of keeps similar. It's still straight, but the foot has shifted a bit so that the back edge of my foot is parallel to the back edge of my mat. Okay, but I'm trying to keep that foot down on the ground. All right, this is so good for the little stretching we're about to do is so great for freeing up the diaphragm and freeing up the whole pelvic floor area and the hips, like everything. It's all good. So we're gonna do side angle stretch. The forward arm comes on the knee. If it's in your practice, you can go all the way to the floor. Okay, if it's not, stay up on the knee. Okay, and reach. This is where you get the stretch. Reach forward with that upper arm. Okay, it's not up here this time. We're gonna go forward. Really feel the stretch. If you're not feeling the stretch, then you need to kind of activate everything, tighten everything up a little bit, like just make everything work, like you're pulling parts apart from each other. All right, now we're gonna come up, keep the bottom as rock solid as you can. We're gonna do a reverse warrior. So this backhand can go down the leg, or you can do a little half bind with it if that's in your practice. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Down the leg is good. And the front arm reaches up. And your eyes follow that front arm. And we're going to do that several times. Okay? Just forward, back. Okay, I'm just showing you what to do here, so don't worry about it. Okay, and do as many as you want. And I'm gonna straighten that front leg. I'm gonna straighten that leg. Bring the back leg in. Gonna do a triangle pose. Okay, I'm wiggling my hips to kind of loosen everything up, make sure everything's ready. I'm gonna reach forward with that front arm and tilt everything this way. What you're trying to do is, it's that front wall, back wall thing. You want it to be like there's a wall here and a wall behind you, and you're just between them. Right. Feels so good. Just let it go. Now reach your arm forward. Feel that stretch. So good. All the intercostals, everything getting stretched up down the side. You should also feel it right here above your waistline. I'm going to come back into my Warrior 2. Okay, and just to kind of shorten things up here, I'm going to bring everything into Crescent. Okay, I'm going to bring everything up to the front. You can kind of, for stability's sake, you can kind of drag your back foot behind you. there's a lot of ways you can transition through. You can do all kinds of things, go back through to the whole vinyasa flow again, everything, but just kind of, we'd be here a long time, especially with me talking through all this stuff. So we're just going to go right back into our warrior one. Left foot back this time. Okay? So reach it back. And hey, if you fall out like I just did, no big deal. Okay, back foot at 45-degree angle. Right knee as much close to a 90-degree angle as you can get it. Your hips are forward to the front. Arms go up. I'm just holding this because I talked a while in this pose on the other side. So just taking this opportunity to regain my breath. And with yoga, everything is in the breath. And I failed to mention at the beginning that yoga breathing is in through the nose, out through the nose. There's particular times when you do different types of breath stuff where you breathe out the mouth, but typically it's in through the nose, out through the nose. So now I'm going to go into my warrior two. Okay. Right leg is bent. It's close to a 45-degree angle as you can get it. Back leg, the back edge of the foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Okay. Oh yeah, your gaze is over your front hand. Okay, I'm going to reach forward and then put my right arm on my right leg, not on the knee, but on the thigh. Hand goes up and over. If it's in your practice, you can go all the way down to the floor. Otherwise, just keep your arm on your knee. It's all good. But feel that stretch down the side. Now we're going to do our reverse warrior. So the arm that's currently on the top is going to come back, go down the back leg. Front arm goes up and back. Your eyes can follow your upper hand if that's available to you. Otherwise, pick a spot you want to look at. That really helps with your balance, your focus. Now we're going to go back, we're going to flow through those two poses. Side angle stretch. Reverse warrior. Your legs stay the same. Try not to move them. Okay, we're going to straighten our front leg. Kind of bring the back leg back a little bit. You can keep it back there, but I bring mine up because that's pretty wide stance. Okay, we're going to wiggle our hips, reach forward, and then tilt everything over. You're really kind of keeping your hip out, okay, pointing it behind you. And we're going to reach that arm up. Stretch it toward the front of the room, your mat, whatever. We're going to go back into our warrior two. We're going to go into our crescent pose. You take whatever time you need and stabilizing little adjustments you need to make. Do whatever you need to do. This is your practice. I'm going to use my back leg to keep me stabilized as I come forward. Okay, I'm going to do one sun salutation to kind of finish this off and bring everything back to order, so to speak. I'm going to step back with my right foot, step back with my left foot. I'm in plank. I'm going to step forward with my right foot, forward with my left foot, back and forward fold, half lift, forward fold, stand tall, press down with your feet. Use your glutes, cactus arms, arms by your side. One more time. Forward fold, half lift, forward fold. This time my left foot's going to go back first. Okay. Then my right foot's going to go back. Now I'm in plank. My left foot's going to come forward. My right foot's going to come forward. Oh yeah, forward fold, half lift, forward fold, arms up. Okay, now for me, I like to do a little thing that this is for me. You can finish off your practice however you like to finish it off. This is what I do, okay? Because I like to center my practice and my efforts on God, my creator. So I just thank God for giving me the mind of Christ and ask you, God, to fill me with your thoughts and your goodness. Thank you for filling me with your Holy Spirit. And let your love, your joy, your peace, your patience, your kindness, your goodness, your faithfulness, your understanding, your self-control be what flows out from me because of your filling. And I ask, too, that whatever comes out of my mouth today is beneficial to the hearer. So, and where a lot of people would do an om here, I'm going to do an amen that's extended and very kind of guttural and visceral, and does a lot of the kind of similar kinds of things. But for me, it says, an amen says, so be it, or I agree with God, or let it be. So, and that for me is also kind of my first, usually my first kind of singing vocalization of the day, and is also a great way for me to gauge my, what do you call it, my diaphragmatic support. So I hope that you have found some tidbits in here that are helpful for you, and that there's some things that are going to help you get your body, your mind, your larynx, your breath, everything kind of ready to go. First kind of charged up and then kind of settled down and warmed and kind of fluid, relaxed. And if you weren't talking your way through this like I was today, then your breath would be very easy and flowing at this point. So, and that amen at the very end really helps me to, when I have been talking through, if I'm doing an instructional video like this, helps kind of re-regulate all that breath again. So, yes, thank you for being here. Please feel free to leave me any comments, any questions. I would be delighted to also make videos for anything that you want. They don't have to be this long. They can be quick answers. If you have quick questions, let me know. Okay. All right. Take care.